please, everyone, support the Matcherino. Use that bracket. Use the exclamation mark Matcherino. It's always a treat to make sure that we can get any kind of support possible for our players.
Knock out a tweet for us. Add an extra 10 cents for the players to win in the pot. I mean, it's just he's forget that he can control time.
No, I mean, he's just a guy with a couple chains and some time stopping powers. I mean, you know, no deal or anything, but he does a pretty good job.
Oh, this is the wrong direction. There we go. Into it we go. DPS against Coach Steve. Coach Steve's gonna get that first hit. That's a big thing to find. Being able to get that burst out of DPS early can be absolutely massive, but you actually got to find your way back in, and you're going to be able to. They call it the cherry bomb. Dash right in. Big throw. Massive damage.
You love this.
Not exactly a healthy boy, and he's actually going to be dead.
See, this is what we're saying. Yep. This is what we're saying. Like, once Leo gets in, you're guessing for your damn life.
All the time.
It is insane. Huge burst bait. Yep, that's actual for you. You cannot burst against this character. Unless you're right in actual face, there's no chance.
Yeah, you might as well just accept that you're taking the damage. I mean, it's just not worth it. The DP, though, what a call out there. That's going to put a little bit of fear in the heart of DPS as time wears on. The RRC into the wall break. Big damage. Can he chase him down, though? Dashes. The super jump, actually, pardon me. Immediately taking that little bit of ground. Coach Steve has to find a way out of this corner, getting pressured quite nicely. Another RC burst bait.
That'll be around for sure. The first game going to Steve.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying earlier on, you know, Steve likes to be able to have some time to adapt, and hey, what gives you more time than getting yourself a win?
Yeah.
You know, you have an extra game to play with and your opponent doesn't. Feel free to keep on putting those on the board, and hey, you don't even need to adapt, you just win.
One thing I want to mention about this matchup as well is that it's not only about who's controlling neutral, but about who gets the first knockdown. Because for Leo, getting that first knockdown like this with a huge power bomb is incredibly important to try and lock down
the burst bait!
Look at this! It's just a snowball of brutality.
Doesn't need the super. That's a perfect. Burst is gone. They're not going to have it back for this round unless DPS drags this round out something fierce. And Coach Steve is still working with a full burst as they just systematically track down this Axel. Oh, that's massive. Good burst.
At least got the burst out. At least got the burst out. That's important.
Yep.
I'd say one big thing about this as well is that sometimes wall breaks aren't always the answer, right? Axel wants to play mid-screen. If you reset with wall break back to neutral, you're playing Axel's game again. And sometimes this might not be worth it. I mean, Coach Steve makes it work. These wall breaks have been just fine, working out totally perfect, no problems. But playing at this range, right here, with actual full screen, look at it. It's just such a challenge to try and get in.
Oh, absolutely. And that's exactly what the entire game plan of this character is. A challenge to get in.
And here we are again, Leo's range. Axel's getting blown up. Here we go again. What a backdash through the overhead. Tries to get a good punish, but we're back to neutral, and this is Axel's forte. You don't want to get stuck here, Steve. You don't want to get stuck.
Uses in with that JS, trying to keep him stuck in this corner. Burst is available.
There's no escape. Burst
alive for now.
Break, and we're back to Axel's game again.
Oh, catches him.
To 5P. That's all you need.
Yep.
DPS taking the first game.
Yeah.
Second their first game.
It's their first game. It's their first game. We all know what you mean. We all know what you mean. But hey, catch it with that 5P. It's a pretty fast move for the distance that it has. 7 frames. And it's going to catch you when you're worried about all of those low lockdown moves that Axel Low has. And that reversal is going to be costly. You have burst, you got to do it.
I mean, against Leo, against that cross-up, you have to grab him. You can't let him get away with that. Here comes again! DPS more than ready for that cross-up.
Nice overhead block. The RRC.
One more time.
PRC gonna come through.
We get another grab. Nice shot. Greedy now. Gold burst. This is super huge. DPS can try anything and hopefully it'll work out, but unless it'll get hit. Yep.
Hate it.
This is okay. 100 bars.
Oh! No!
2 hits. Go for the command grab,
that's tough.
PRC to make it safe, and DPS is still playing in Axel's range. You just don't want to be there, and it's tough to get out.
Coach Steve did such a good job, too, to try and snake around all of that meter, but there was a lot of meter.
And you got hit by that one super, and all of a sudden you're full screen. Uh-oh. Could be a huge problem.
It's okay there to get himself out, DPS.
Yeah, I'm really liking how DPS is playing this too. Just waiting for Steve to make a mistake. There's no huge risk to what Axel's trying to do here in neutral.
I mean, that's the great part about Axel's gameplay. If you can do it properly, there is absolutely no risk. But if you do it at all wrong, you start getting run down by the big lion man.
And here we go. Steve's in his range. This is a very winnable game now. Oh no! I don't know about that burst.
Is he done?
Axel Bomber, but catches the jump. Yes!
Jeez.
DPS taking game 3, and all of a sudden, this is looking kind of scary.
He's getting it done. Put themselves in there. DPS just needs one more game to punch their ticket. The winners finals. Steve not done with him yet though. Trying to run him down. Does get the overhead instant.
This is huge for Steve right here. Made him fourth burst. Getting in. Gotta win the neutral one more time, but the moment that Steve gets back in, this could entirely be his game, but the wires he whiffs!
Oh,
This is huge.
mid.
Huge,
Combo.
absolutely huge. Getting that
Bounces.
corner pressure. Again, no wall break, command grab!
Giving Axel space.
Shoutouts to Alex. Another grab. DPS ready. Steve, you can't rely on that option anymore.
DPS has the full screen to work with. He's gonna catch him with a projectile. Dashes in on him. Steve would probably rather that. The burst. Tries to bait it, but DPS not gonna get what they want. Coach Steve willing to hang on to it.
It's terrifying for Steve right now.
Got
Ooh.
him. You saw that JS coming out, but it wasn't there in time. DPS gets touched up by the projectile. Coach Steve will be able to take that round and give themselves a little bit of breathing room.
It's super important for Steve right now. You're allowed to make mistakes now. It's okay. No problems there. And also, he's in your range! This is fantastic. Huge burst. Again, forced by DPS. DPS can't make any more mistakes.
Ooh. Oh, big whiff.
What
still
a
throws him.
PRC.
Throw into throw off that PRC. Big stuff from DPS. There shouldn't be a burst from Coach Steve this game. Even if they get it close, I'd still find that to be a weird call. The RC goes off, goes with the instant overhead on that little string.
This snowball could be the start of something big.
One touch.
DPS could lose this still.
Oh, he throws him!
Power bomb, and that'll be another game for Coach Steve.
Sits him down while he sits down himself. Take a break. But it's
Good.
not over quite yet. We're 2-2. Winner of this takes a trip to winners finals. Guarantees themselves top 3. Gives themselves a fight
Who will await me? Who will?
against Mike Safdie. Okay, that was an interesting little catch there from DPS.
Set point. All Coach Steve needs is one in, but DPS is not letting it happen just yet. The command grab.
Nice catch.
This is solid
Bursting.
damage. Back to a good range. Axel's gonna run away a little bit. What's the problem? What's the Oh!
Okay,
What
we'll burst.
confidence from Steve. Gets dragged in and all of a sudden just go ahead and DP. Why not? Another
Okay.
command grab.
Little mid command grab, I like it. Goes for the command grab again on wake up, but it's gonna be the super in return. No meter to RC this.
See, Axel Bomber isn't actually an invincible DP, but people think about that. They're like, oh, well, I'll just rush him down. Why not? But, of course, every character has an invincible reversal with tension, right?
Yeah, it makes it a little bit more of a difficult call in the moment, and this is going to be a lot of difficult calls here for Coach Steve, who is just struggling to find any ground. DPS keeping him to the outside. He can't burst. He had to burst, but he got pulled in tight, but that's all that it will take. DPS, a spiritual perfect as he only got scratched once. And that's all she wrote when it comes to that side of winners semifinals. Mike Safdie will take on DPS in winners finals.